Hey Boujee besties, welcome back to the Boujee Lounge, and today I have no one other than Princess Dior, the mogul herself. So I will tell you quickly about her. I know for sure that she is someone who I will call the professional bag flipper. She
didn't know what was going to happen, but thank God I'm still here. I was terrified.
Feel me? I know.
Dr. Tyrone Butler.
When you say, like, you had a hard.
I say that because Princess can flip a bag out of pretty much anything, and I really admire that about her. Her journey in general, but the fact that she's able to take different aspects that you wouldn't even think to turn into money, and she turns it into a stream of income. So I don't know what you're doing, but get out a pen and paper, because I know that you're going to take notes on this interview. So what's up, Princess?
What's up?
What's happening?
I'm excited.
I am too. So, you know, I know a bit about you. I say that pretty much in every interview because I interview the people that I know.
Yeah.
You know, so can you please tell the people about yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Princess Dior, the Mogul from Los Angeles, California. Went to college, so I have undergrad in public administration. I also have an MBA in business too as well. I'm a previous athlete.
Okay.
So I used to play basketball in high school. I ran a little track in college.
Okay.
And then, you know, worked in corporate America for 6 years at Kaiser Permanente, and they laid me off during the pandemic, and that's when I made my first 100K in like 60 days and became a full-time entrepreneur. So I think like me getting laid off really helped me propel to the entrepreneur that I always wanted to be.
Yeah, so you were able to take that setback from the pandemic, because the pandemic affected a lot of people. I lost my job during the pandemic. You lost your job. We became successful entrepreneurs. But you not only became a successful entrepreneur, you became a successful serial entrepreneur. So how did the setback from the pandemic really push you into the success that you have now?
It made me become like a better person, as far as like me not wanting to go back to my 9 to 5, because I don't want to be in a rat race no more. I don't want to have nobody manage when I can travel, when I can see my family and my friends and stuff like that. I don't want a boss to dictate how much money I could make. I don't want them to dictate if I can feed my family or not. You know what I mean? So that's what helped me, and also networking too as well with other like-minded entrepreneurs really helped my business go to the next level.
Were you involved in like personal development and business development before the pandemic?
Yeah, so I always watched like podcasts about personal development, and also reading books too as well. And I was in network marketing, so you already know how it is.
Let me tell you, hold on. We got to stop that right there, because I'm gonna say this about network marketing. Okay, a lot of people have a bad like connotation when they think of network marketing. Right? Yeah. There are some really great positives that can come from it. For me, at least, because I did network marketing too for a period of time. And the things that I learned leadership development. I learned personable skills, how to be personable when you're talking to people. I learned how to sell, right? And I think that a lot of successful entrepreneurs, especially like in this space, whether that's business, finance, or what have you, having that experience breaks you out of your shell so that you're more comfortable doing those things. Because if you can do it for a company, you can do it for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I just want to pin that there, because while I don't, participate in network marketing now, I had some really positive takeaways from that. Yep. And for me, it introduced me to personal development, which was something that I wasn't really too familiar with before getting into network marketing.
No, me too. So
yeah.
They put me up on like John Maxwell.
Trying to tell you, Eric Ward.
Yep. A lot of people, and it helped me become. I think me being an entrepreneur, I never wanted to be a salesperson. That's what we are, like, you have to sell like your business. But I was fearful on like selling. But now I know how to sell based off personal development and knowing like my audience and stuff like that. So it's not really selling basically based off what I learned in those personal development like courses and books and stuff like that.
You really learn about like the psychology of having a business in that space, especially if you end up being good at it. Yeah, I know like during my time, that was my first time hearing of Bob Proctor, and I went to one of his conferences, and I really learned a lot. So it was cool. That's nice. I didn't know that that you did that before. So So you have coined yourself, or your people have coined yourself the queen of turning liabilities into assets. You hear that all the time. You go to her page, she's gonna say it, right? So can you share some examples of how you have accomplished this within your own business?
Yeah, so my first turning liability into asset was starting my car rental business. When I had bad credit, no money at all. I was straight out of graduate school, and I always wanted to drive luxury cars and exotic cars. That was just my thing, based off how I was raised and stuff like that. My uncle was into renting out our RV for movie sets and stuff like that. And so one day, I was so broke that I just had this epiphany, like, let me go find somebody cars that I can rent out and make money off of. And so I went to reach out to my pro athlete friends that were in NFL, and their cars would just sit there. They had so many cars, they would just sit there for 7 to 8 months if they don't make the playoffs, making no money. So I asked them one day if I can borrow their cars to make money. Of course, they gave them to me because we have a good relationship, and they wanted to see me be successful too as well. They already seen the vision already.
Because it was just sitting, they weren't making anything.
Yeah. And so I gave it to my uncle and my friend to manage the cars, and I was making like $5,000, $10,000 plus like a month. I didn't do no pickup, no drop off. They just managed everything and just paid me, every month for me leveraging their cars to make money, which allowed me to purchase my own cars.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Because you did drive something very nice up here to this interview. I just want to let y'all know it is not Hyundai. It is, but it's very nice. So you've done this now for how many years with turning the liability of a vehicle? Because like I'm in the finance, but we're both in the finance space.
Yeah.
And so we oftentimes hear like buying a car is one of the worst investments you could do, because as soon as you drive it off the lot, it depreciates in value. So you were able to take something that most people are like, I don't want to get that luxury car because I don't want that expense. And you say, well, if you're going to have the expense, make a bag off of it and still keep the car.
No, exactly. So I know when most people get successful, I always tell like people when they get successful, you have 2 cars. So get a regular day-to-day car like a Lexus, Honda. I have a Challenger, which is my day-to-day car, and then I have my exotic car, my Lamborghini, which I only drive if I'm going to like a meeting or something important. So there's less miles on my exotic car, so I can always trade it in for something new, and it doesn't depreciate. Because of the low mileage, so I'm doing everything else in my daily car.
You're being strategic.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay. And so you have the luxury car rental business. What are some other forms of your income for being a serial entrepreneur?
So I started a rental business when it comes to my designer bags. So I rent out my luxury designer bags, my Dior, Gucci, my shoes, my designer shoes, my clothes, sometimes my jewelry too as well. I also have a credit repair business funding business. We have a lounge too in Houston.
Congratulations. I remember you opened up that. That's cool.
Yeah. What else we got? I just broker a lot of business deals for high-level entrepreneurs that don't know what to do with their money. I help them come up with an idea and a strategy to invest, and I just take a percentage on the back end. So, like brokering.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, you really flip a bag in multiple ways.
Sometimes I gotta use my money. I just find a person who has more money than me that doesn't know what to do with their money, and then come up with a strategy.
So how do you manage your time with having that many businesses? Because I'll tell you this, one thing that people reach out to me and they say, I have all these ideas. I want to do all these things.
Yep.
Their time management doesn't align with what things they want to accomplish, but you're able to be successful at a high level with doing multiple things. So how do you manage that?
Delegate. So when I first started in this entrepreneurial journey, my whole goal was to learn how to fix my credit, help my friends get funding, so I can help them start businesses. Right? I can't do Airbnb. I can't do real estate. I can't do last company stuff I want to do. I might not be able to have time to do an e-commerce drop store, but my friends can if they're really passionate about. So I go get the information, get them the funding so they can start it, and put them with the right person who knows how to do that. If that's a course, that's a mentor, whatever it is, to help them start that business. And I just take a percentage
on the back end. Take that residual percentage.
Yeah, we're a partnership because I help them build it up, do the strategies, the marketing, and stuff like that. But they're going to manage it while I focus on what I'm passionate about. So.
And did you know that all of this was in you when you were working at the corporate place?
I knew it was in me, but I didn't know how to get it out of me, if that makes sense, because I didn't have the right mentor.
Yeah.
Like, I went through a whole bunch of mentors, but they never taught me how to really get the bag. Like, I just had me stagnated. They'll just show what they can do, but they never showed me how to do it. You know, I got this saying that, you know, bosses tell people what to do, but moguls show people what to do. So that's why I'm really like big on showing my students what to do so they become moguls. Like Diddy, Floyd Mayweather, they all have big mentors that actually sat down with them and showed them how to get the money. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm like really big on.
That's cool. And you came and spoke to my community, spoke to the besties, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all remember Princess? So you spoke to the besties and you showed them some strategy around repairing their credit.
Yeah.
Because that's also one of the pillars in your empire, right? I'm gonna call it an empire now.
Yeah.
The mogul has an empire. So within that, you know, there's a lot of entrepreneurs that are saying, if only I had good credit, then I could start a business. But you actually don't need good personal credit to start your own business credit, right? Like you don't need it's great to have it. Yeah. But I know a lot of people who say like, okay, I'm in my 30s, I messed up in my 20s, my personal credit is messed up. You can start a business and be responsible with that business at your 30 mindset, right? And grow and leverage that. So if somebody is starting a business, brand new entrepreneur, how would they be able to build their business credit?
Yeah, just making sure you get your LLC, your EIN number. The foundation is very important. So not skipping any steps as far as like your website, having your 1-800 number, a business email address. Also trademarking too. Your company, I think, is really big. Signing up for the Dun & Bradstreet number too as well, and then just building up those tiers. So tiers 1 through 4. I mean, it's basically getting like net 30 accounts from top companies like Bricks, Shell, Quill, Granger. It's so many.
All of them. Uline.
Yeah. So just building up those net 30s and paying them off to build that business credit up.
Yeah. You know what net 30 I really like? I like Amazon's net 30. Amazon, they don't report to your DUNS number, but when they see that you're paying on that invoice, boy, when they increase those lines, they don't even tell you. They'll be like, congratulations. You just go and you look, you're like, okay, Amazon.
And, what's the other one? Sam's Club.
Yeah, Sam's Club
with the MasterCard, you get $10,000, $12,000. I have mentees that got $18,000 from their MasterCard and stuff like that too as well. It's a real, Visa card. Just use your EIN number.
And the EIN, to clarify, y'all, go ahead.
Oh, it's just your LLC number that's connected, so you can build business credit.
Yes.
So
it's like the social for your business.
Yep, social for your business.
Now, it's not to go to say you shouldn't have good personal credit. You always want to make sure that your foundation is strong. But I get it. Like, my business credit was excellent at all times in all the businesses that I've had. But my personal credit struggled because by the time I got my first credit card, I maxed it out on my boyfriend.
Hey, I feel you.
Yeah,
I maxed it out in college.
That's when it was. This is how ignorant I was at that time, just without knowledge. I was 18 with a 720 credit score and did not know what credit was. So when I went to Bank of America and they pulled my profile, they were like, I should have known by the look on this man's face, because he said. And I was like, what's up? Like, what's going on? He said, would you like to apply for a student credit card?
Yep, that's how they get you.
And so I'm like, sure. And so once he pulled it up and he saw my credit score the look on his face should have told me that this was something important, because he was surprised that was a credit score that I had at 18. Yeah. And so I was approved for the card. They gave me $1,000. Now with a 720 credit score, y'all know you should definitely be getting more than $1,000. But I didn't know any better.
They start you off with.
I maxed out that card within a week on my first official real boyfriend. And then I spent so long paying them $25 payments back down because I looked at it as free money. Yeah. But that was a real bad mistake that I made in my 20s that took me a long time to recover from. Yeah. But it didn't mean I didn't learn the lesson. It just meant the recovery was long. Yeah. And I know that when you talk to my students, to the Boujee Besties, you went over some strategies to help repair their personal credit. Yeah. Because you definitely preach that your personal credit should be strong as well. Yeah. Especially if you're looking to going into business. Yeah. So can you give us some tips on that?
Yeah, so basically what I do is I make sure that the personal information is all correct. So that means updating your old addresses, misspelled names, incorrect birthdays, incorrect social security number. So getting those old addresses off, because Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, they verify those collections on your account based off the old address. So it's important to get the old address deleted. And then once I get that information updated, I send a permissible purpose letter out, basically stating that you don't have written permission to report these negative items, and you're evading my privacy too as well. So you have to delete those items. And then from there, if it comes, some of the stuff comes back deleted, mostly 30 to 70% first round, by using the permissible purpose letter. And I'm also making sure I'm using the correct dispute reasons too as well, for like student loans, collections, inquiries, charge-offs too as well. If you have a charge-off for your account, that shouldn't be reported, because they basically, the company written that debt off. So it shouldn't even be reported because they're written it off. And then doing CFPB complaints. So doing a complaint about the company, doing a complaint to Attorney General too as well, and Business Better Bureau too as well, doing those complaints to get those items removed.
That's cool. So you took the time to use these strategies within your own personal credit profile. And y'all, she is always posting results. So if you're wondering, okay, well, does this stuff work? Check out her Instagram. It is definitely linked below in the description box. And you can check out all of the testimonies and the results, because you do have a community called Mogul Talk.
Yes.
And you've helped over 1,000 people. Yes. So with that, what motivated you to start that program to begin with? Because you already had your successful businesses. So what made you say, I want to go and reach back now?
Because I'm all about impacting the community. I feel like God put me on this earth to like serve people, and I like seeing people have success. Like, so one tip can help propel somebody's credit, help them get funding. I mean, that makes me happy too as well, because their success is my success. If they get a result, that means more people are going to keep coming in. So I'm all about giving free game. Because I never run out of game on my life.
Absolutely.
So that's what made me start my community, because I wanted to give back. And it's all about, also my biggest goal is group economics.
Yeah.
So if I can help my student fix their credit, get funded, and we come together to start either real estate, a laundromat, a club, like that's like even more like big for like the community too.
Because you'll help them build it and you'll get that percentage.
I'm just saying.
That residual percentage is smart.
Yeah.
It's smart. Today's episode is sponsored to you by Mastering Your Money Mindset, a self-discovery book written by the Boujee Banker to help you gain control over your money. Click the link below and get your copy today.
What stood out the most to me about this book was how your triggers really affect your emotional spending, on how you spend on a daily basis, when you're upset, when you're happy, and really getting to the root cause of where your emotional triggers come from, and making sure you set those boundaries. That was another big thing that stood out to me, was the boundaries. If you don't have boundaries and hold yourself accountable to them, you'll just be right back at square one again. I would definitely recommend this to other people, because it helps you to really ask those questions within self and not have to say it out loud to somebody. It allows you to sit down and take the time to write down each questions and take your time to really think about it, because some questions are heavily deeper than others, and it causes an emotional thing when it comes, but it helps you to grow and to be a bigger person and to get to that money management.
If you're helping people make money, you will always continue to make money.
Yes.
So that's beautiful. And within Mogul Talk, what are like some of the key benefits and elements of being a part of the Mogul Talk community?
Yeah, so you get tips on, fixing your credit, having access to business funding, and also having access to top bankers too as well, and knowing the criteria on how to get approved. You'll also get access to my community of other entrepreneurs like you, people that know how to sue the credit bureaus, people who know how to trade Forex, so a big community of other entrepreneurs that come on and teach too as well. And then also just learning about how to, network. I think that's the biggest thing when you're coming up, is being around like-minded people, and also you knowing that you might be going through something that somebody else going through too as well. So it's like a close, like, knit family, and helping. And I like to help my mentees get over the fear of they can't do it, because most people get into the mentorship in fear that they can't do it. And once I show them that they can, it's like a big relief off their chest. You know what I mean? So many, it's nothing too. So many people have paid for mentors and have got fluffed. Yes. They got scammed. Yes. You know what I mean? So when they come to my mentor, it's like a breath of release. You know what I mean? Because I like, people always say I over-delivered. And I do. So we talked about the community. We talked about the luxury car business. I'm trying to figure out, do you know the thing that most of us do as soon as we get some money? We go buy a new bag. Yeah. Because why not? Why not? Because the bag is a statement. Yeah. It really is. The bag is slick of social status. Yeah. So you are able to turn this into a viable source of income. Yeah. I'm trying to figure this out. You know what's funny? I was already doing this business before it became a business, I can say, because before I got money, I wasn't buying these luxury bags. My aunties, they're into like the top designers. They get new fall, winter, spring stuff all the time. I used to literally go borrow their bags, the shoot content and like floss and stuff like that, and just return it. Because I didn't have money. Give it back. Give it back because I didn't have money to, you were the consumer of the business before you turned it into a business. Yeah. So I wasn't out buying these items. I just go borrow it from my auntie because they wasn't using it. See, you actually have rich aunties. I really do. Yeah, you really do got rich aunties. I do. That's nice. That's a blessing. Shout out to the rich aunties. Big blessing. So how did you turn this into your own business though? So I already knew about like stylists, like paying stylists to like style me up and stuff like that. And I already knew, me being in the entertainment industry for so long, that artists used to go to these Met Gala and stuff like that, and they used to rent clothes and jewelry and stuff. And so one day during the pandemic, the car rental business was out. Like I couldn't rent out any cars in California because in California we couldn't go anywhere. It was like shut down basically. So one day my friend came to me and asked if she could borrow my Dior bag and she would pay me $200, and I was gonna give it to her for free anyways. But since she said she was gonna pay for it, she left. And then I had this idea like, dang, she should pay me $200 to borrow my Dior bag. I went to my closet and I just sat there. I was like, I got all these bags. Yeah. This is becoming like a business. And so that's what I did. I started reaching out to all my resources, photographers, content creators, artists, stylists too as well. Just letting them know like I have items that they can borrow for whatever they need. And then this one client needed a Birkin bag. And that Birkin bag I think cost like, I think it was like $20,000, $30,000 maybe. It was an exclusive one. And she paid me like $5,000 to rent that bag out. I didn't own it, but I went to go find it. Went to go find it, used it for the shoot, and this is how people think strategically, because how many of y'all have luxury bags that are collecting dust? Collecting. Right. And I'm saying, so I hope that when I heard that, I was like, man, this girl's a genius. I was like, I have to know who the mogul is. She's a genius, because the average person wouldn't think to do that. And I think that you really probably opened a lot of doors for some women who have a passion for fashion, have a passion for being bougie, and really want the finer things in life, which nothing is wrong with that. But if you can take what you have and turn a bag off of it, especially when you're not using it, why not? That's a whole viable business. I feel like a lot of women go and they run and they start boutiques, and they may not necessarily have to. They might have designer bags in their closet that they could be leveraging. And I don't understand why a lot of like stylists aren't talking about like that lane, like renting out their items out, because they do it all the time. So yes, it's a big market for that. That's really cool. You still do that to this day? I still do. People still call me, and I get them whatever I have. They need to borrow some Dior, Jordans, whatever it is. Here you go. That's cool. Just make sure you bring it back. Another question for you. You have gone from being in the corporate space, being a mogul with an entrepreneurship, serial entrepreneur. You have over 1,000 students. Yeah. You have countless testimonial stories. Yes. What would be your professional suggestion for somebody who's a new entrepreneur? What's some guidance that you could give them? The biggest guidance I would say is Invest into a mentor. I think that's the biggest thing. We always want to go to Google and YouTube and get this free information. That's awesome. But you need that person that's gonna fight for you. That's gonna give you that blueprint to help you get where you want to go faster. Because when I invested in my mentor, I spent my last $5,000, and within 30 days, I made my first 10K, and that made me feel like amazing because now I was able to make it consistently. I've never been able to make a lot of money consistently here and there. So I think that's the biggest thing is investing your money into a mentor that can help you get where you want to go. And let them know what your goals are too as well. Because once you start having success, that's gonna open up more doors for you to meet other high level entrepreneurs too as well. And the last thing is like getting your credit fixed, getting the funding, stuff like that. But the biggest one is if I was first starting out, mentor, finding that right mentor.
Now you just said something. We talked about the credit piece, but what we didn't talk about was funding. So I know you're a big advocate for using other people's money, and use that to be able to leverage and grow your business. So this question would be for people who would you consider they're not new entrepreneurs, right? Like they've been doing the business, but they can't get ahead. They don't know their options about funding. They just think they have to continue using their own money, their own efforts. So what would be a strategy for somebody who's trying to get business funding?
Just credit stacking. So as long as your credit score is a 680 FICO or above, and you have less than, let's say, 4 inquiries, your utilization at least 15% or lower, you have no negative items, and you have at least let's say 7 to 10 positive accounts reporting, you can go out and get 100K plus from each, bank if you want to, because these banks have multiple products. So I can go to Truist and get 25K on my personal side credit card. I can get 25K on my business side credit card, and also I can get a line of credit too as well. I can get a business loan too. I can go to Chase and do the exact same thing. And I think the biggest key is these credit unions, because they're giving out the biggest bag because they have to hit their quota, quarterly too as well. Where the big institutions, they're more like hard on giving high limits. So
what would be some things that they could leverage the funding for? So now they get the money, they get approved, they got all this money. What are they gonna do with it?
So I would say, do what you're passionate about. Research what you're passionate about and see if you can get your return on investment within 30 to 90 days by doing that business. I always say, start off with something that's less risky. Most people go for the guzzler, but I'm all about doing something that's less risky so you can get the hang of it. So if you do take an L, you can always bounce back from it too as well. And then also a biggest thing is buying a business. You don't have to start the business from the ground. You can actually go out and buy a business like a laundromat. You can buy a nail shop. You can buy a car wash. You know what I mean? You don't have to start from the beginning. You can literally go buy those businesses from somebody
that are already still operating,
has employees. They just want to retire, or their family doesn't want the business no more, so they can't pass it down. So you can take it over.
That's cool. I hope y'all are taking notes. You need a key phrase for take notes. I don't know, you got one for everything else. So the mogul is not done yet. We know this. Entrepreneurs don't stop entrepreneuring. We don't. It just turns into something else, right? Even when people say they're retiring from being an entrepreneur, do you really retire? Because there's always gonna be somebody you want to pass the game down to. Yeah. So what's next for Princess Dior the Mogul? What's the next step in your grand plan?
My grand plan, I think I want to get more involved into real estate. I'm really big on commercial. My big goal, I keep telling everybody this, I want to have a skyscraper. Building. I want to build that, and I also want to build my own little development of real estate too, as well, and have my name on the front of that community,
Princess Cove. Princess,
I don't know, something. I want to have my name on that community, so when people come, they know that's me, and I'll be able to pass that down, to my kids too. So that's my biggest thing: commercial real estate, and then get a skyscraper. I really want to do that.
That's cool. And then I have a feeling that the Mogul Talk community will be right there. with you, helping you build it up, continuing that impact, and you know, really making a staple for yourself.
Yeah.
Digital entrepreneurship is such a beautiful space because we have the freedom to be ourselves and attract people who are attracted to us for being ourselves. And you know, I definitely encourage you guys. I really hope that you've taken notes during this interview, but put in the comment section what you feel was your biggest takeaway from this. What aha moment did you have? What I didn't know I could do that moment did you have? And then tell me what you're going to do next. Like, what is your next step? My biggest thing with podcasts and YouTube shows and wherever they air is people watch, people listen, but what actions are you taking once you're done?
In all facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even when Instagram, like, people will lay out, these are step by step what you can do to help you improve your situation, and then people will like it, people will comment, clap your hands, and then go do nothing and then complain about their situation. So I think an immediate action step is that you should definitely be following the Mogul, Princess Dior. You know, get plugged into her resources, and then, you know, identify which one of the steps that you're going to follow from this session that we had. Now, Princess, before I let you go,
here we go.
Before I let you go, we gotta play a game. It's time to play
This or That.
All right. You ready to play?
Yeah.
You ready to play? I'm excited. Okay. So this is a quick 10 question this or that game. You gotta go fast.
Oh God.
Okay. You gotta go fast. All right, ready? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wait, what do I say? This or that?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you this or that. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. This or that. Do you prefer the word of... Oh, wait, look. I'm gonna try that again. 1, 2... I'm gonna get some water. My tongue's so dry.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Don't be.
What do I say?
It's just some words. No, you're gonna pick the option.
Oh.
All right, let me see. Don't be nervous. All right, ready? Okay. Huey. All right. 3, 2, 1. This or that. I'm too excited about this game. All right. Do you prefer the world of luxury handbags or the business of car rentals?
Car rentals.
Okay. Which do you find more fulfilling, working in corporate America or being an entrepreneur?
Entrepreneur.
Okay. Credit repair or business funding?
Business funding.
Okay. Mentorship or networking?
Mentorship.
Online sales or meetups?
Online sales.
Fashion or finance?
Wait, what? What?
Fashion or finance?
Finance.
Track scholarship or MBA degree?
Yeah, track scholarship.
Okay. Public administration or business operations?
Business operations.
Liability into asset or asset into liability?
Asset into liability. Wait, I mean, wait. The first one. Liability into asset.
That's your key.
I know.
Hey, we caught her. We got her, guys. Wrap it up. All right, let me see. Okay, you messed up my thing there. I want to rotate back. All right,
so you got me nervous.
All right. Okay. Last one. Community impact or individual success?
Community impact.
All right. Liability into asset or asset into liability?
Liability to asset.
Got you. Okay. Thank you so much, Princess, for joining us. Please let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me at It's Princess Dior on all platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and also YouTube.
Okay, y'all. And everything will be linked in the description box below. Princess, is there any closing words you have for everybody?
All I can say is just make sure you work hard, you invest into a mentor, you get your credit fixed, get some funding, and be a risk taker. Never be fearful of success. Like, go after it. Take the leap of faith. There's nothing you can lose. So let's get to it. And don't hoard the information.
Don't hoard it. When you get there, reach back and grab somebody else and bring them up. Okay, y'all, this has been another episode in the Boujee Lounge. Princess, we appreciate you. And until next time, besties, bye.